It is a shout-out Friday from the 469. Oh, this is nice. Shout-out to the KNC Masterpiece for being the best damn show on midday radio. Also, hurry up and get better, Mike. Hopefully, Mike will be back on Monday. But right now...
You don't know?
I do not.
All right.
Right now, it's time for Masterpiece of the Week.
She said, list this.
So, boys, long time no speak, about maybe 20 seconds or so. It is time for Masterpiece of the Week. We are going to revisit some of the wild, wacky, and very oftentimes concerning things said on this program. And before any of that, I just want you, all of you guys to know, Reggie just texted me 3 minutes ago, quote, "The hell are y'all doing over there?" with a bunch of question marks.
Having a show.
Yeah, and that's why I'm going to respond. After I play this first clip, I'm going to tell him, just doing radio, man. It's what my 9 to 5 is. My 10 to 2, if you will. All right, so I would let you pick who we're going to pick on first, but there's a tradition here that Reggie did teach me. We pick on people who are not here. So we're going to start with the famous Mike Bassick, and there's a few here that kind of scare me, but we're going to start off with one of them.
Sounds like you want to taste Gavin.
With the cheese.
Well, I'll pass.
that feels like the hurtful part. Like, we didn't need that. I could have just assumed that.
That was kind of unnecessary. No,
that hurt my feelings. That's fair.
That was kind of unnecessary.
That was a great line from Dawson. I really appreciate
And the timing of it was impeccable.
Yeah.
I've talked about this before. The comedic timing of Gavin Dawson is second to none. That's just incredible.
Interesting.
That is incredible. We will go towards Corey. Surprisingly, there's not much from you this week, which usually there is. So we're going to go to Kevin because there's a lot more of him.
Oh, watch out for that big MFer back there.
Dang, dude.
I think...
Back there, too. You know?
At least I hope that was in the context of, like, if you're doing a security gig or something and you're like, hey, you're going to think about robbing this place? And you're like, I don't know, man. That bro looks like he is going to beat someone down if you try it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you were talking about.
It might not
don't either. Surprisingly, like, I caught that in real time, but that was one that Bassick actually talked back to me and was like, I hope you heard that. I'm like, trust me, I hear everything back here.
Whoa.
I hear everything, including this, a statement by Corey Majors.
I remember some people's names. Yeah.
That's my favorite. I remember it's like, and this was years ago, that Corey started a story by saying that he had a friend that sat on a toilet.
Oh.
And we kept that drop forever because it seemed like the most nonsensical, like, weird brag. And so, man, I really like the Corey just saying a normal thing, but it feels like it could be a brag.
The most ridiculous brag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly all right with that. That story ended up bad for her, by the way, when she sat on that. It ended up hurting her. So,
oh, no.
The toilet was not nice.
It gives me the same vibes as Joe Thomas, the first offensive lineman in NFL history. Period. Oddly enough, there's a statement from Kevin that kind of gives that same energy, too.
Hey, keep doing what you're doing, girl. I do not know the context of that. Feels empowering. Feels like I'm supporting women. So that's
you were
good.
empowering Taylor Swift.
We literally got a text from Reggie over the weekend that was a picture of Josh Allen, and it says the only QB in NFL history. He texted that to us this weekend. I was like, I know I've seen something.
Hashtag blessed.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Play that again, please.
Oh, okay. People are saying the big MFer was Derrick Henry. That makes sense. Oh, yeah. That's why. Why did they run the ball in the second half? And he had dominated in the limited carries that he got. And they're like, hey, it's freezing cold. It might be tough. Like, should we hand it to that guy?
Probably should have.
Yeah, I stand by that.
The pride of Yulee, Florida. Corey, you wanted to hear it one more time?
Hey, keep doing what you're doing, girl.
Yeah, there it is. Hey, girl.
That was so empowering. That was so positive.
I know.
Like, great message to spread.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
you're welcome.
Any Lady Tolos out there, just want you to know.
Hey, keep doing what you're doing, girl.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. I don't know what it is.
That was girl with a U.
What are you doing, by the way? Let us know.
Yeah. What are you up to? 877-881-1053. Let's go back to Mike since he is not here. I'm scared of like all of these, but
you did these.
Yeah, but I'm not proud of them.
Okay.
I'm not proud of this one.
Mark still breastfeeding on his mama.
Okay, I remember that context because that is when something that has really started to bother Mike is the randomness of the YouTube chat compared to
he gets infuriated.
Yeah, what the show's actually talking about. And he goes, look at some of this stuff. And like that's one of the first things that he picked out.
Look, YouTubers, I don't know if y'all are intentionally doing this to irritate Mike, but if you're not, keep doing it because it irritates Mike.
Oh my God,
it cracks me up how furious he gets about this.
AK in the YouTube says YouTube chat undefeated. So at least one person is listening. I can confirm. At least one person is.
DeBerry says, you know how women are.
Oh, yeah, we do.
All right, PJ.
I also apparently know what Mike is doing post-baseball career.
I take roids now.
I don't know what to say about that.
I don't either.
It's, and I've told Mike about this. It is weird. I understand like medical and healing purposes, steroids can help you, but sometimes the way Mike is like, hey, just take steroids. There's nothing bad that could possibly happen to you. And I'm like, oh.
You could get super rich, end up playing a long career.
I feel like history is against you on that, Mike.
Can't swing the bat well? Take steroids.
Yeah.
Bryce Young, you're too short? Take steroids. You'll be good at something. That's the logic around here nowadays. Maybe I need to listen to Mike. I don't know. I like my hair. I want to keep it. Let's see.
Oh, hold on real quick. I got a message back from the women or the girls.
Mm-hmm.
The 817. I'm a physical therapist driving to see my patient. So we asked what the girls were up to.
Keep it going.
They let us know. Thank you.
Yeah. We just want to spread that message of, just positivity.
Hey, keep doing what you're doing, girl.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Let's see. We haven't picked on Kevin in a second, so.
What? You just played that.
All right, girl.
Well, that was a repetition of a previous entry, so we need something fresh.
Man, she's like a Kit Kat because I want to break me off a piece of that.
God, you were on fire this week, dude.
You really were. He got his voice back, and he started acting up.
His voice comes back. He's like, listen.
I remember the second that happened. The second it happened, I was like, I regret it now. So when people are like, you'll regret it. I'm like, no, I'm telling you, I regret it now. And it just happened.
Like when Choppy says, chew it and do it.
Chew it and do it.
That's fantastic for his blue. That's the greatest thing. I love it. It sounded like you had that in the bank for a while and you were just waiting to use or have you heard that somewhere? The Kit Kat thing.
We were talking about I don't know. It just felt like my representation of ridiculous exploitation of women is what I'm going to go with because as we've set up from the 817, female Tolo was going to skip the gym today, but Kevin inspired me to keep going.
Let's go! Yes!
Go.
Speaking of great choppy Blue Chew reads, I think it was last week, he was like, the worst two letters in the alphabet, ED. Unless your name is Ed, I guess. It was the greatest.
Sorry, Ed.
That rivals Mike last week going to hell with the number.
That was the
Screw the number.
Speaking of Mike, a very definitive statement.
I got a party, and I got a party every second of my life.
That was him talking about Zeke. I do remember that.
I do. You do love that idea, that concept that somebody just thinks that way. I got a party all the time.
I just love how definitive he is. I do have one more from Kevin that has to be entered in here.
Who else is delicious on the GBag Nation? And as you see in one of your earlier clips, that came back to haunt me.
That is a tasty group right there. A tasty group of men.
Man, and I have the tasty and delicious words in my head a lot because Noah, every time he discovers like a word that he knows how to use, he says it all the time.
Oh, like that.
So every time he eats something, he'll be like, so tasty. Or like he'll be like, oh, can I have some? And like that's what he'll walk up. If you have any kind of junk food, he'll walk up, can I have some?
Can I have some?
And he'll be like, oh, delicious. And you're just like, oh, fine, you can have some more of it.
It's
one more to get us to a round number of 10.
Maybe some hot sausage or something.
You can do a little, I like what you're talking about.
He likes when I talk about hot sausage.
Likes your hot sausage.
That is good.
It might not be the funniest, but I am going to go with what I think is the funniest. It's the funniest to me. Corey saying that he knows some people's names. I think
remember
it's
some
hilarious.
people's names. Yeah, I do.
So stupid.
I'm going with the Kit Kat. I wanted to go with Gavin passing because that was great.
I hurt my feelings.
But the Kit Kat is really good.
Man, she's like a Kit Kat because I want to break me off a piece of that.
It rhymes and everything.
I just want you to know when I started the path for that sentence, had no idea where it was going to end. I knew like generally where I was going, but I did not have the specifics of that sentence filled in.
That's like even scarier that was improv.
Yeah, it was improv.
I'm going to keep it at
improv.
I'm going to keep it at a tie, 1 apiece, because Corey, I will take your second option.
Sounds like you want to taste Gavin.
With the G.
Well, I'll pass.
It hurts every time that you play it.
And he's so serious about it, too.
I'll pass.
It sounded like he waited it out, thought about it for a minute, and then it was like...
I can tell you exactly how long he thought about it. He thought about it for 2.5 seconds. And then he gives
Sounds like you want to taste Gavin.
With the G.
Well, I'll pass.
You know what? That should win. That's the winner.